Today's horoscope, Scorpio October 10th, 2024. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. Jupiter has been transiting your intimacy sector since May, and today, it turns retrograde for 4 months. This cycle may involve redirecting some of your energies away from a partnership or a strong focus on others if it's been too much. Or, there may be the need to slow down or moderate shared finances or debts. If needed, it's time to correct excesses. For example, if you've been overspending, overborrowing, or otherwise too dependent on others for your happiness, this is a time to bring things back into balance. Recognize that there is a time for pushing things forward and for riding the wash, observing, and reflecting, and until February 4th, it's the latter. Returning to old projects can be successful. Today, your connections with others, and quite possibly yourself, may be deepening and strengthening with current transits boosting your emotional world. The ambition to get to the bottom of any emotional issues or problems in your life is strong now, and the results of your inner quest for answers can be very empowering. Whenever a major planet in the sky turns in a direction, we receive sudden news and intuition that there is a cosmic shift in the wind. This will be pronounced now and in the days ahead as mighty Jupiter, the great benefic that rules expansion, blessings, and miracles, stations retrograde and begins his many-month-long retrograde phase. This will bring a significant shift to your relationships in the period to come, especially for those who are attached or married. As Jupiter moonwalks in your solar house of intimacy and shared assets, you may be reviewing what you each give and receive. What do you want to finance? Depending on your choices, you may have been financially floundered or financially advanced since Jupiter entered Gemini at the end of May 2024. Since then, you could have made several decisions that impacted your assets, debts, and more. Luckily, you have a chance to cut down on financial inconsistencies when Jupiter stations retrograde in Gemini. Starting today, this retrograde will last until February 4th, 2025. Use these next few months to reduce your debts and spending to increase your savings to achieve financial stability by the end of the retrograde. You love to use your body in exciting new ways, and maybe you haven't been using your physical powers to the best of their abilities lately. Today's transit gives you some inroads into the wonderful world of physical activity. Be open to the new, which can come in surprising packages. Swing dancing has enjoyed a revival and is an established pastime in many parts of the world. Try something new that challenges your body to act like it did when you were a child. Today, you are going to be able to make a situation more concrete and have more weight in your professional life. Don't hesitate to roll up your sleeves, but avoid being sloppy. You need to take responsibility for your decisions and get involved with those you collaborate with a little more. In your effective life, you will discover the qualities of someone close to you who had left you rather indifferent up to the present. You may even envision forming a couple with them. It's nice to uncover the hidden treasures of those close to you. Jupiter's retrograde move in your financial sector today significantly overshadows the moon's final hours in your income sector. Although there is currently a power imbalance, this signals the start of a shift in the financial year's dynamics. While Jupiter will continue to seek financial growth and expansion, his focus for the remainder of the year will be on past matters. This shift clears the way for Venus, who is set to enter your income sector next week and initiate the first planetary activity on that side since early this year. The moon departs with everything necessary to prepare you for these changes. 2 days after the moon spent its final hours in Scorpio clashed with Uranus in your relationship sector, the moon not only returns for its monthly visit to your communication sector but in time to get the most out of Pluto's final days in retrograde motion here. With Uranus also in retrograde motion, days after pushing old buttons or flushing out old issues, the moon returns with a chance to give the past and unsaid words a voice. Daily Planetary Overview. Have you ever had one of those days where, despite your best efforts, things just don't seem to go your way? It's easy to fall into the trap of blaming yourself when things don't pan out as expected. But remember, not everything is within our control. Sometimes, it's simply the circumstances around us that conspire to make things more challenging. Today, the energy is calling for you to take a step back, relax, and let things unfold as they will. If something doesn't work out the way you hoped, don't be too hard on yourself. Instead, take a moment to pamper yourself and acknowledge that you're doing the best you can. Have you ever noticed that sometimes when we let go, new opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere? That's the kind of vibe today is offering. By giving yourself permission to pause, you might just find that what you thought was a setback opens the door to something entirely new and unexpected. Sometimes the best thing you can do is let things run their course and allow the universe to do its work. During this time, it's important not to be too competitive. There's no need to interpret everything others say or do as a challenge. In fact, that kind of thinking can lead to unnecessary tension in your relationships. Whether it's with a potential partner, a friend, or even a coworker, be mindful of how you're communicating. You might feel a bit forceful today without even realizing it, which can create misunderstandings or disagreements. Have you ever found yourself in a conflict that, in hindsight, could have been easily avoided? Today, try to keep things light and avoid getting caught up in power struggles. If you're feeling exhausted by all the emotional push and pull, don't hesitate to spend some time alone. Sometimes, solitude is the best way to clear your mind and regain clarity. Speaking of clarity, the doubts you're feeling right now are temporary. If you're struggling to make a decision or come to a conclusion, give yourself some grace. Eventually, things will become clearer, and you'll feel more confident in moving forward. Have you ever had that moment of realization after a period of confusion, where everything suddenly made sense? That's what's on the horizon for you. Trust that when the time is right, you'll know what to do and the outcome will be something positive. But it's not just romantic relationships that benefit from today's energy. Friendships, family bonds, and even your relationship with yourself can all be nurtured and uplifted under these cosmic influences. Maybe today is a great time to reach out to a friend you haven't spoken to in a while or to spend some quality time with the people who matter most to you. Relationships of all kinds thrive when we show up with an open heart and a willingness to connect on a deeper level. What's one relationship in your life that could use a little extra love and attention today? Take a moment to reflect on that and consider how you might nurture it. Whether it's a quick text to check in or a longer heart-to-heart, the effort you put into your connections today will go a long way. As the day progresses, you'll likely feel a beautiful shift in energy. The moon aligns with expansive Jupiter, bringing a wave of optimism, lightness, and possibility. It's as if the heavy, reflective energy of the morning lifts, and in its place, there's a sense of joy and hopefulness that sweeps over you. Have you ever noticed how, when you're in a good mood, it seems to ripple out to those around you, spreading positivity like wildfire? Today, that's the kind of energy you're exuding. Your laid-back, relaxed vibe will be magnetic, drawing people toward you and uplifting the atmosphere wherever you go. This shift also brings clarity, allowing you to see problems from different perspectives. Suddenly, compromises that once felt impossible start to look more achievable. You're able to find solutions that work for everyone involved, and that's a powerful skill. Today, luck is on your side, especially when it comes to financial matters. If you've been considering an investment or a new venture, now might be the time to go for it. Trust your instincts, but also remember to be cautious. Don't push your luck too far. Have you ever felt like everything was aligning perfectly, and you knew exactly when to make your move? That's the kind of energy you'll be working with today. Be patient, stay open, and the right opportunity will present itself.